Speaking for the last time today is the principal of Port Richmond High School. Please give a nice warm welcome to your proud principal, Mr. Tim Gannon.
Everyone's going to wonder what that's for. Good morning and welcome to the class of 2017. You look wonderful. And I ask our graduates to please stand, turn to your parents wherever they may be, and give them a round of applause. I want to thank my colleagues. For 90 years, the Port Richmond High School staff has continued a tradition of excellence, and to this day, the greatest treasure of Port Richmond High School, along with the students, are the staff members who call it home every day. I've enjoyed 12 years of feeling great pride in these Raiders, who daily remind us that caring for a child's heart is as important as nurturing their mind. Their dedication is without parallel, and their commitment to their vocation of teaching is inspirational. It's been my honor to walk this journey with you, to learn from you, and today it is an honor on behalf of our graduates to thank you. And now I ask you to allow me to brag a little bit about the class of 2017. You've given us wonderful memories. You represented all of Staten Island students as we welcomed the mayor and the chancellor on the first day of school last September. And both the mayor and the chancellor were blown away like something they had never experienced, that thing called Raider Spirit. Our JROTC was acclaimed an honor unit with distinction, which is awarded only to the top 10% of the high school units in the world. And they represent what leadership and citizenship are all about. I'm also proud to add that 15 brave members of this graduating class will enter the United States military in the coming weeks to defend the liberty of the country and to preserve freedom. The greatness continues with our students from the Wagner Leadership Academy, who showed great leadership by making contributions both to our school as well as the local neighborhoods of Staten Island. They are the future leaders of our society. Our athletes and teams competed for city championships and repeatedly excelled in the pools and on the fields, tracks, and courts of competition around the city. Many of our teams enjoyed strong performances in the playoffs and excelled in Advanced All-Stars. But I was also able to celebrate each of the joyful times when I visited our virtual enterprise program, and I certainly congratulate them on their top 10 finish in New York City competition. As you've already heard, our musicians serenaded crowds from Boston to Maryland to Gettysburg, and they saved some of their best performances for our auditorium and the parades on Forest Avenue. Our actors and actresses were brilliant in our productions of Cabaret in Greece, which was so widely acclaimed, and our young chefs, our experienced chefs from our Culinary Arts Academy, worked on Food Network productions, and won countless competitions in the city. This class took Raider spirit, combined it with the holiday spirit, and made December a month of celebration. You made our annual door decorating contest something special. And even though many of us don't come from wealthy backgrounds, you showed that your riches actually lie within your hearts. You joined me in wearing pajamas to school to raise money for a little boy fighting a terrible disease. You raised funds to fight many forms of cancer. You did countless fundraising walkathons. And throughout your 4 years, the class of 2017 always seemed to have a knack to be wearing your Raider gear to show your pride. The giving kept on with our MedTech seniors leading a record-breaking donation in the blood drive. This is a legacy of generosity that the class of 2017 has left us. You were academic leaders as well. Many of you are already on your way to college, and I'm proud to say that you have earned $16.5 million in scholarship money. You made it true that Port Richmond High School isn't just a school, it's a lifestyle. As you leave today, I want you to remember your fellow graduates. Those sitting here can provide you with inspiration for the future. Let me tell you what I mean. Your two total Raiders were very special. C.J. McCabe seemed to be at every event the school shared. And for most of those events, including today's, he was making video so that others could enjoy it later on. C.J. was always there for us. Moses Ramos came here from Honduras, and he was always the first to volunteer for anything. When kids were having difficulty in Spanish, it was Moses who stepped in. When IS 51 students needed help in virtual enterprise, it was Moses who stepped in. So your two graduates are your inspiration of how to be of service to others. Timofey Yurabev comes from an extraordinary family that celebrates the American spirit. Tim and his family left war-torn Belarus with little more than the clothes on their back and with little understanding of the English language. That's not a problem, that's just a challenge. In his time with us, Tim learned English, but it's important to know that English is actually his fourth language. Like Tim, Malama Torre also came from another part of the world to be an inspiration for us. She lived in 5 different places, spent many years missing her family members, and yet she always worked to find her leadership voice and to develop her writing. She has worked with determination to make her life a success. Malama, I'm here to say you've more than accomplished it. In the days ahead, if you ever wonder if you can learn something new or balance your life with college or career, remind yourself that you're a classmate of Tim and Malama, and that helps you learn the ability to persevere. David Gonzalez entered Port Richmond as a student who was just learning the English language. He ended up passing the Advanced Placement English Language Test, something that few of us born here can do. In senior year, he volunteered to help many classmates pass the English Regents because that was the right thing to do. David teaches all of us that we all have special abilities and there's always someone out there that we can serve. Some of those graduating today are a bit older. Assistant Principal Joan DiDomenico will be leaving our school after 32 years of service to one school. Yeah. Long before you arrived each day at Port Richmond, and long after you went home, she was working behind the scenes to make sure you had everything you needed to graduate today to a successful future. When there was something blocking your graduation, she did everything to remove that roadblock. She inspired all of us. She literally lived at Port Richmond for the past 32 years and attended every single event because she defines Raider spirit. There will be new people to bear her title in the future, but she will never, ever be replaced by a single person. She is your role model about dedication and service. Mr. Bob Matthews has been known forever as Mr. Port Richmond. Worked there for over 35 years. If ever there was a Mrs. Port Richmond, I think everyone here would agree it is Joan DiDomenico. So the people I've mentioned here today just represent who you are. They represent your insecurities, your greatness, the good times, and the struggles. You're not going to remember my words this morning, but I do hope you remember your classmates. Back when you were in kindergarten, in 2005, I first came to Port Richmond. This plant arrived on my first day at Port Richmond, and I've kept it with me every day because my wife gave it to me, and I didn't want to die. Every single day for the past 12 and a half years, it sat by the window, and yet today, you see tremendous growth. It started there, just like you. When you entered first grade in 2005, I was giving my first Total Raider speech. I was scared out of my mind. And I think entering first grade, maybe some of you were also. Over the course of these next 12 years, you've learned so much about yourself and about the world. And it was the same for me. You, me, and this plant have grown. We didn't see the growth, but like this plant, we continue to flower. The plant may appear to be big and crooked and clumsy, but the last 12 years for me and for you were very, very similar. There were the crooked times, there were the times when we didn't understand, there were times when this plant went 2 weeks without water, but somehow we're all here. You must understand that you too are going to continue to blossom and flower as you leave today. Life is going to get crooked, life is going to get strange, but you must remember that we all continue to grow. Tomorrow you walk out of Port Richmond High School for the last time as a student. And on Friday, I will leave the school for the last time as principal. Tomorrow, you will hold your prize diploma in hand and walk out the door to an exciting future. I will carry in my heart countless memories of joyful times in my life that brought me peace and fulfillment. I will carry a love for every special Raider family that loved me and allowed me to grow. Each of us heads to our futures with fear and excitement, and each of us heads to a future a great deal stronger because we were Raiders. I am walking towards the sunset of my career as a teacher, but you are running towards the sunrise of an exciting future filled with college, careers, family, and success. Find the joy and happiness that life can give us all and hold on to it for as long as you can. That's what I did. Let the joy that comes from good friends and family be your wealth, and you will learn that you are wealthier than the richest millionaires of the world. And when you find a special place or some people that make you feel loved for who you are, stay there with those people for as long as you can. That's what I did. Remember always that we Raiders are proud of you for who you are. You've given us the very best during these past 4 years, and we are grateful. The world is ready for you, Raiders, and the world desperately needs you. Go show the world your greatness, show them your joy, show the world what Raider spirit is all about. God bless you, and may all of your future days be happy Friday.